Shit. I like that. It's nice. Oh man. That's insane. That's crazy. Like 14 bucks for that. Hmm. Hey Maria, I'm doing good. How are you? All's good. You having fun? You having fun snoring? Hmm? Damn dog. Just something else. She's not even sleeping. She's just going. That's all I hear. Such a pain in the ass. That's insane. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Boy, they won't sell that like that. That's for sure. One more set. The heck is that? Dan the man, how you doing? How's it going, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of sales that are on right now. It's nuts. Like another hoodie. That's crazy. Hey Joey, how you been? How you feeling? I'm doing good. All's all right. Everything's good. The energy's been nice and relaxing today. You got done doing some dinner dishes and pulling out chicken for Friday to defrost. Oh, nice. I had fried shrimp and French fries and some coleslaw for dinner today. Yeah, all was good. We had Easter. We had Easter lunch here today. Fish dinner with mom was good. Then Easter Sunday we had a big lunch. It was really nice. I had the whole family up here, so it was cool. Got to see all my nephews, and I talked to my other nephew that's in college. He's in Canada in college, so we video chatted with him for a bit. I spoke to him for a good bit. He's in Toronto in college. I don't know exactly what area, but or what college. I can't even remember. but he spoke to me from his room, his place. Yeah, far away from where you are. Yeah, but yeah, he was. We spoke to him on Easter Sunday, so it was nice talking to him. We had a good time. Spoke to his brother, which is my oldest nephew. My oldest nephew is going 23 in July, and he was sitting right next to me on the couch. We were talking for like hours about everything. So every time I see them, we talk a lot, catch up. So that's nice, you know. It's I talk to my nephews more than I talk to my own siblings. That's how sad it is. But my brother and my older sister, they're two idiots. But their sons speak to me all the time. My nephews, they speak to me all the time. I'm still the uncle of the year. I can say that I'm a good uncle, just like my uncles. My uncles were like really cool. I had like maybe three, four. I had four uncles that were really. I have a lot of uncles and aunts, but I would say my godfather, which is my uncle, he was my favorite. He always made me laugh and stuff, and he was always really cool. Um, and my other uncle, he let me drive his truck one time in Portugal. I didn't even have a Portuguese license or anything, but he was like, don't worry about it. I know a lot of people. We won't get caught. We'll be all right. So he thought that I didn't know how to drive stick shift, and I'm like, I drove stick shift my whole life, bro. Took his truck and drove it all over the place. I have nice uncles. My uncle here in Bermuda, he's a jackass. He doesn't like me, and I don't really like him. He's my dad's brother. He's upset right now because we didn't tell him that my dad was in the hospital. I'm like, my dad's not dying, so why the fuck are we gonna tell you? Like, and he didn't want us to tell you anyway. So go talk to him. You know where we live. Go fucking visit him, you jackass. Apparently, he went to my sister's job and was like saying how he's glad that we help him and stuff, but he wishes he would have known. And I'm like, this guy's an idiot. Like, you don't even care about my dad. Now you want to care about him? Fucking idiot. I'm like, this guy's a complete jackass. So yeah, family is kind of annoying. My dad's side of the family and my mom's side of the family, there's certain ones that you're like, who are these people? Like, how are you related to me again? When you became a great aunt, I'm called the great one, like Wayne Gretzky. You call me Great Joey. I don't like being called aunt. Family can, yeah, exactly. Yeah, my uncles and aunts are pretty much all gone. I only have one uncle in Portugal and one aunt in Canada. She's in Mississauga in Toronto. Uh, yeah, I'm not a great uncle or that yet, but hope you do time soon. But yeah, my auntie, um, she's in Mississauga and she's still living. She's 84. I think she goes 85 this year in December. But my uncle Manuel passed away last July. I can't believe it's gonna be like a whole year already. Um, but yeah, my other auntie that was in British Columbia, she passed away 2 years ago next month. She's the one we're waiting for the inheritance from. And her husband, he passed away like 20 years ago. And all my aunts and uncles in Portugal are all gone except for one. He's 86. He's still living. But like they're the ones that married my aunties and uncles. Like, so they're like, the ones they're my aunts and uncles, but they're not like immediate family. You know what I mean? So The only uncle I have that's immediate family, which is my dad's brother, he's living here. He's like 72 or something like that. He's a complete jackass, and me and him never really liked each other, and he's never been a really good uncle. He always was one of those snarky jackasses. And one day he said, one day it was like his 60th birthday, and they threw a big party for him. This is like maybe 12 years ago, and he was like, "Oh, everybody in the family, my daughters are married, and everybody on your side's married except for you. You're the only one left. I guess when we see each other again, hopefully you'll be getting married." I said, "Well, if I do get married, I'm not getting married twice like you did, because you're the only one in the family who had a divorce." And he looked at me and he didn't even know what to say. And I was like, "Don't be a fucking jackass, and say stupid shit to me about me not being married." And then he's like, and then I said, "I'd rather be married, not married, and get a divorce like you." And that was the end of our conversation. He didn't really speak to me much after that. And when I said it in front of a couple people, and he didn't like that. So then, why you fucking dissing me, talking about I'm not married and I'm this and that? Like, exactly. I'm happier than anybody, and I'm happier than him. Him and his wife, him and his first wife, they got a divorce after being married for 1 year. And then the second marriage, his wife wanted to leave him plenty of times. And my two cousins, right? One of them was a dirty hoe. And I felt like saying, "Your youngest daughter's a dirty hoe. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'd rather be single than be a dirty asshole like your daughter." But I didn't. I was gonna like elaborate and diss the shit out of him, but it was his 60th birthday, so. And then when my granny died, I didn't go to her funeral because I took care of my sister's youngest kids. So my sister and her husband went at the time, right? Hey, Tanya. And like I was like, and I wasn't really close to my grandma like that, even though like I was always like, helping her and stuff, but she was always a miserable bitch. And she always like said bad things to us, like, "Oh, you're too fat. Oh, you're too skinny. Oh, you got acne on your face. Oh, why you with that person? Oh, this person did, oh, why you wear your hair like that? Oh, why do you have a beard?" Like she'd be like just a royal idiot, like, And then she gave my mom a hard time. My mom used to fuck her off. My dad fucked her off a few times. Like she was not my favorite person. Not too many people like my grandma, right? So when she passed away, I was like, I'm not going to her funeral. I'd rather take care of the kids because I don't want them to go to a funeral. So I took care of the two youngest kids at the time, and then my uncle, my dad didn't care because he knew I didn't really care for her. And but my uncle was like, "Oh, he should be here. He's a grandson, and nah, 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 and this and that, and blah blah blah." I'm like, I ain't going. I ain't going to that funeral. I don't give a fuck. And it was hardly anybody there anyway, because nobody really gave a shit about it like that. So anyway, he kind of like you know grudges me for that, and like and hates me for that. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going to your funeral either. Like, fuck, you're the worst uncle I have. If you were half the uncle I was, you'd be all right with yourself. Even when I went on my own, like he had to find about me being on my own and being a good electrician through his wife's best friend. So his wife's best friend, her late husband was my cousin, and she hired me to do her electrical. And then after that, my uncle calls me out of nowhere talking about, "Oh, I didn't know you were an electrician. I didn't know you had your own business." I was like, "Because you're a shit uncle, that's why." You don't care about me. Then he had the nerve to ask me to like put up some fans at his house. And I was like, your son-in-law is an electrician. Go ask him. You know why you can't ask him? Because he don't want to work for your dumb ass either. Because you're a prick. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough about my deranged family members. I'm sure we all have those. But yeah, being a good uncle and seeing him and knowing him and like seeing like how he is, I'm like, you wish you were the uncle I was, bro. You don't even know what it's like to be an uncle like me. Like he doesn't care. He's a complete ass. And no one's ever come to me and said, "Oh, your uncle is a great guy," because he is. He's a dickhead. Yep, exactly, Joey. Maria, I got your donation. Thanks. I see you wrote a fucking book for me to read. I'm gonna have to start charging you extra because you got me reading all this shit over here. Yeah. Oh, you found a bottle of aloe water? Cool. All right, let me see what Maria wrote me because she wrote me a damn book. Oh hell no. That's the Boston Celtics jacket. I just got it today. I ordered it. It's not a maple leaf. It's a three-leaf clover for the Boston Celtics. I would never have a Toronto Maple Leaf anything in here. I can't stand the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know, I know you're probably teasing me or something. I'm a Boston fan. I don't like no Toronto. I especially the Maple Leafs because I'm a Boston Bruins fan, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are like one of our rivals, and Montreal. So I would never wear anything with a maple leaf on it. Yeah, it's a three-leaf clover for the Celtics. That's all the championships that we have. It's a I bought it because it was only $30. It's on sale. All the championship stuff is all on sale right now. So I've been buying a lot of them. All right, I finally read all of Maria's drama. All right, let me see what we got here. No, I like Canada. I went there like 3 times. I went to Toronto. I love Canada. Canada's a nice place. It's a beautiful place. I've been Niagara Falls and all that. Yeah, I just got it today. Like that jacket's really thick. It's actually a really nice jacket. A really nice hoodie. I can't believe how nice it is for $30. But it used the original price was 125 when it first came out. But because like the season's gonna be over in 2 months, so they have to sell the old stuff, you know. So that hoodie I would have never bought it for $125. Hell no. But it was 29.99 and I ordered it. And this hat was $10 too. And this hat was like priced at 40. But I got everything on sale because it's like the end of this season. So like they got to get rid of all the old shit to get new stuff. So I bought like a whole pile of stuff that was on sale. That's the best time to get everything is when the end of the season. Because if we win the championship this year, then I have to get all new shit again. So like all the old stuff, they're still selling the old stuff. But that hoodie is like really thick and it's like it's really nice. I was gonna wear it, but it's not like cold enough to be wearing that type of stuff. It doesn't get cold here like that, but I had to get it because it was such a good price. It's actually a really cool jacket though. Yeah. And the Celtics haven't won the championship. Well, they won last year, but before that they didn't win since 2008. So I try to buy like all the championship stuff. Like I collected all of it. I've spent like a couple $1,000 buying that stuff because not. I don't know when they're gonna be champions again. They can be champions again, and that scarf that's right here. That's my Portuguese team. They were champions last year as well, and they can be champions again this year. So it might be a back-to-back championship season for both of them. So you might see me wear white and green for a very long time, for another year. All right, Maria, let's see what we got. I love Sears. We have Sears here in Bermuda, actually. That's actually a franchise we have here that's from all over the world. But it's like an appliance one and tools and stuff and barbecues and all sorts of shit. It's pretty cool. It's nice. I go there sometimes and buy stuff. I actually got my washer and dryer from there. All right, so Maria, what I'm getting here is um I see Walter here. He's got like a lot of difficulties. He expects difficulties and changes coming up. Like he knows what happened like during your date, how you guys discussed all that stuff. Like he's thinking about his past a lot now because he spoke to you. He after he spoke to you, he thought about his past and he thought about his childhood and he thought about his son and how how he is and how he was back in the day and things like that. um but he knows that he needs to like discipline himself. He knows he can't like keep worrying about the past and talking about the past. But whatever he said to you, he wants to be mature about it. He wants to show you like he's a man and he's worth your time. He wants to show you like his dominance, his personality. He wants to show you that he can, you know, like he might have like a good job where he makes good money, and he can show you like good times, and he can show you that he can like provide for you and be the man that you need him to be. So what those things you guys talked about on your date, he's thinking about everything and he wants to make things better, and he knows he has to make things better, and he knows he can't you know keep worrying about his baby mama and making the same mistakes he's made in the past, taking care of you, his son, his life and things like that. So that he's got his eyes wide open now after what you said to him about the date and how you talked to him and how you guys were talking about it to each other, like Nah, I think that what you said to him, how you guys were during the date, even though it was short, he just like said to himself, I have to make sure that, I have the courage to like make things better here. and make things better between us. But I don't get like he's mad or anything like that. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Dan. I actually got it's called Electrolux. It's like the new GE Kenmore type. It's like a new company but the same company. It's called Electrolux. They said it's like the new version of Frigidaire or some shit like that. It's like almost the same thing. I had Frigidaire, I think that's how you say it, Frigidaire washer and dryer before this one, and it was really good. These are good. The washing machine's excellent, and the dryer, I would say like you have to like you can't just press go like start and think that it's gonna dry your clothes. You have to like put the settings to the right settings and put everything on high so it dries the clothes. If not, it's gonna like take forever. So like there's a lot of settings that you have to do. I noticed on this dryer and this washer. Like if you don't set the settings properly, you're gonna be there all day like waiting for your shit to dry. It's kind of annoying, but like you have to set it. I mean, that's normal but my old dryer, man, I just pressed start and that shit was gone and they would just like dry everything. These dryers now have all these stupid settings and all this shit. It's annoying. He's moving away from his past and making. Yeah, well, like I tell you, like he wants to spend more time with you too, but like he's got so much to do and so much stuff to deal with. Yo, hey, this damn dog snoring so fucking loud I can't hear myself. Fucking hell. She's like right here snoring like crazy. I literally had to wake her up. I'm here talking, all I hear is I don't know. I don't know if you guys hear it. It was like loud as shit just now. Look at her. Like we can hear you snoring. You hear me, you little pig? Calm down. Why don't you snore at night? No? It's okay, baby. I still love you. Dan, you have an Electrolux vacuum? That's Maria, let me just check something real quick. All right. All I'm getting, Maria, is that he enjoys his time with you, but he's also like he knows that he has to make better decisions and he has to like he thinks that sometimes like, you know, like am I living a lie? Like is this all a lie? Like am I misrepresenting myself? Like am I really worth is she really telling me that she loves me and she means it? And how am I gonna like keep doing this? And then when he sees you, he feels very like happy to be around you, and he knows he has to continue to make efforts, or else he's gonna think that you're lying, that he's lying to you. I mean, like if he says I can't see you too many times or I can't see you too long, I have to go. He doesn't want you to think that he's lying. and he doesn't want to make like he doesn't want you to think that he's ignoring you. So he's worried about that. Cause I asked like, how does he feel? Like he doesn't want to cause you sadness and say like, oh, I can't see you today because I'm busy, you know. And he doesn't know how long you're gonna deal with him. But because you told him all that stuff, that you're okay with it, you do want to see him more often. So that's running through his mind. I agree, Joey. Things were better back in the day. A lot of these, even the cars are trash. They're all plastic. Everything is plastic. The bikes are all plastic. The cars have got plastic shit all over them. Everything's plastic. Nothing's metal no more. I remember when cars came with metal bumpers, metal everything. Now it's all plastic shit. You hit the bumper and you can't bend it back. You gotta buy a whole new one. Yeah, exactly. He worries a lot because a guy always worries about his woman leaving him anyway because, you know, a guy always worries if he doesn't do enough, the woman's gonna leave him for somebody else. Like my best friend says, lots of times, you if you don't take care of him, somebody else will. He said he always told me if you fuck around, you gotta take care of him first. Once you take care of him, then you're secure, then you can fuck around afterwards. And I was like, okay, great. Great way to look at it. Yeah, that too. I remember that, Julia. The other day I went the other day I went to get some food and they gave me wooden cutlery. And I was like, I can't eat from no wooden ass fork. That shit's gonna make me like cringe. I can't eat from a wooden fork. You fucking crazy? I was like, hell no, I threw that shit in the trash. Yeah, I'm 900 years old too, man. It's not easy being that old. But hey, somebody's gotta be that old. You welcome, Maria. Yeah, all's good. It's not easy. It is not easy. It's not easy at all. But hey, we'll be all right. No, it's not. No, it's not easy being us. Speaking of us, my sister made some brownies for Easter, and there's like a couple left. It was pretty good. Had some brownies for Easter. I thought about you. No icing on, nothing fancy, just regular brownies. It was nice though. It tastes good, nice and fluffy. I'm still waiting for my Snickers ice cream bars. I still haven't seen them yet. I've checked everywhere I've gone. Nobody's got them. So I guess there must, because it's probably not summertime yet. A lot of people don't really have them. But I'm sure like maybe next month or the month after, they'll probably have a lot more selection in the ice cream department. One ice cream that they always have is Haagen Dazs. They always have Haagen Dazs ice cream and Bunny ice cream. Yeah, my sister found some. Yeah, she said she has some at her job, so she got some at her job, and she also found some at another store. So I just couldn't find, which was annoying. But yeah, I went to the store today and I got a few things that I needed, and I pretty much got everything on my list. I had to go find a mop for my mom, and I found one with a plastic pole, so that way it doesn't rust. And then she looked at it and she was like, "Okay, yeah, it's okay." But yeah, we're starting. The thing is with Bermuda is they order shit and then they wait till it runs out and then they order it again and it takes months to get here. So it's always annoying. You're welcome, Maria. Yeah, I don't see nothing bad. I just see that Walter's just making sure that, nothing happens between you guys. He's worried. But if you reassure him everything's going to be okay, then he'll be all right. But yeah, I gotta go to my mom's tomorrow. My dad's getting, we made an appointment for my dad to get physiotherapy. So the lady that's gonna do it's coming tomorrow. I gotta meet her at my mom and dad's and then introduce her to my mom and dad and then have her sort my dad out, try and get him better. So hopefully that works. And then Thursday I gotta take him to his appointment, and then Friday I gotta take him to another appointment. So I'm gonna have to deal with him for the next 3 days. It's always something. But today he looked like he was a little better. He was fine. The main thing that I like is that he's eating. He's eating not a lot, but he's eating more than he used to. And my mom was like kind of happy that he was eating today. So he's got his appetite back, which is great news because he wasn't really eating that much and he lost a lot of weight, but now he's much better. So I'm happy that he's eating because that's the main thing. You gotta put food in your body, like. Hey Maria, I'm doing good, sweetheart. How are you? How you been? I bought a mop in December. I couldn't get it to work, and the lever wouldn't pull down. I go back to the store, and the store manager and cashier had it working in seconds. Oh man, Joey, you sound like my mom. My sister has this mop, and it's got it like it you click it and it comes on it goes loose and then you can mop. And then to rinse it out, you have to like pull the lever up, click it, and then you go did it, you wind it and it squishes the water out of the mop. Then you unclick it and you push it down and then it goes back to being a mop again. And I'm like, who the hell made this contraption? Like I don't want this damn thing. Every time I have a mop that like how you have in the olden days. I have a wooden mop, the wooden pole, the regular mop, and I just rinse it out and that's it. I use it like that. I have like the original mops. To find out there's been black mold growing in my bathroom for like 6 months, and all of a sudden my landlord wants to tell me I have 30 days to move. Oh shit. Well, the best thing to get mold out of your house is white vinegar. White vinegar and a little bit of water, put it in a spray bottle. Go get a spray bottle and fill the bottle up like halfway with vinegar and put a little bit of water. And then or you can use it like straight if you want. And if you spray white vinegar all over the mold, it'll get rid of all of it. I guarantee it. I do it every time. It's better than Clorox bleach. Vinegar is the shit. Yeah. Yep. So are you having any luck finding another place, Maria? I know you had some stress living there. You said you had some plumbing issues at one time. Maybe this is your chance to like find a better place. Oh shit. Well, I hope you find a decent place. I'm sure you will. Yeah. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, she lives in the States. Yeah. 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 Maria, by the end of May, you'll be settled in a new place. You'll find a place before the end of May. So if you just got your notice today, that means you got 30 days. So within 30 days, you'll be fine. You'll have a new place. Next month, you'll have a another place. I'm getting positive cards on that. It might be a little. It might be further away from where you live now, but it'll be worth it. You think that's bad? You should come here. Before I moved into this apartment, right? They were renting this apartment. It's a one bedroom apartment. It's two, like, upstairs and downstairs. It's a small bathroom, a small kitchen, right? I got this living room area here, my kitchen, and I have my laundry room right here. And I have a little porch outside, and upstairs is my bedroom, my bathroom, and my closet. And they were renting this apartment out before we lived here for $1,800 a month. And right now, because I renovated it, it is probably worth like maybe 2 grand, maybe more than 2 grand, probably 2,200 a month. And somebody will pay that guaranteed because of the location. My neighbor rents his house, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, living room, dining room, kitchen, and I think like a little office area for $5,000 a month. And I'm not joking. Yeah. But in Bermuda, it's always been bad. It's always been ridiculous. But that's how much it is. If you want a one bedroom apartment like mine, you're not going to pay no less than 1,800, 1,500 a month. And that's not even, that's nothing included. You still got to pay bills after that. That's just the rental. You ain't really getting shit but water. Your water's probably going to be free because it comes out of the tank. You still got to pay for electricity, your internet, your cable, whatever you buy, whatever, you know, and your own shit. Yeah, I don't blame 'em. That's why everybody's getting those little small mobile homes. There's little small homes. You can buy one off of Amazon for like 17, 20 grand, or 17,000 to 25,000. And you got yourself a one bedroom place that you can put together. All you need to do is hook up electrical to it and some plumbing, and you're good. But in Bermuda, we have probably one of the highest rents in the world. Well, Bermuda is one of the top 10, maybe top five most expensive places in the world. I haven't checked the stats lately, but I know we were third in the world at one point. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous for rent. Let me see. See Bermuda here, but let me. Oh, that's cities. Never mind. We're a country. The most expensive city is Singapore, Switzerland, New York City, Hong Kong, Los Angeles, Paris, Denmark, Tel Aviv, San Francisco. Those are the top 10 cities, apparently. That's the most expensive. Actually, let me, yeah, Bermuda's not there anymore. We were in the top 10 as of February 25th. Switzerland is the most expensive place to live. Singapore, Luxembourg, Iceland, Norway, Denmark, Hong Kong, Ireland, Australia, United States is 10th. So Bermuda's knocked out of the top 10. That's interesting. That last updated at March 20th. So that was last year. Well, that's good to know that Bermuda's not in the top 10 anymore. But you wouldn't think so. Actually, it says right here. Consequently, those countries with a cost of living with higher than 100 are more expensive than New York and vice versa. According to the report, Bermuda is the world's most expensive place to live with the highest cost of living index in the world, January 13th, 2025. So that's just to tell you right there. Bermuda is the world's most expensive place to live. There you go. I knew we were like the most expensive because it's ridiculous. I'll be on Maria for a while, for a couple more minutes. Actually, well, it's not even 12 yet, so I'll be here for a while. Yeah, right here, down here where I am, my kitchen's right here. My front door is right here, like, literally. And my living room is right here, and then my laundry is right here. So my kitchen's small. It's good for one person. That's it. I have a stove, microwave, sink, refrigerator, the hoodie thing to suck all the smoke out, some cabinets and shit. And everything's it's a decent kitchen for me. It's a nice one bedroom apartment because you can't really get a one bedroom apartment with a washer and dryer. You'd be lucky. My first apartment didn't have a washer and dryer, and I was paying $800 a month when I was 19, which was many moons ago. I was paying $800 rent a month, and my apartment back then wasn't as big as this one. This one's a lot bigger. No, Vancouver's not on that list. No. Yeah, cows are jumping over the moon. I know for a fact that Bermuda is one of the most expensive places to live because people from London come here for work and they start living here and they can't believe how much more expensive Bermuda is than London. And they're actually appalled at the prices. And I'm like, welcome to Bermuda, sweetheart. You should have never left the UK. There's Bermudians that go live in the UK because it's cheaper than living here. Bermuda's gotten really bad, I have to admit. It's kind of ridiculous to live here. But the thing is, you have to be smart. You have to buy things. Even though Bermuda is an expensive place to live, you gotta live. You can't live amongst your means. So if you know you can't live like a king, then don't. If you know you don't need that shit, then don't buy it. And when you go to the grocery store, make sure you buy shit that you can afford and stop. I was telling everybody in my earlier life that for 2 pieces of steak, 2 pieces of tenderloin filet mignon steak, right? It's called beef tenderloin. For two little pieces, it was $48. And I was like, you must be out of your fucking mind if you think I'm gonna buy that shit. That shit will stay there and rot before I buy it. That's why I don't eat steak on a regular basis because I can't. I haven't eaten a steak in a long time because I'm not gonna spend $50 on a meal and I'm still gotta get sides. What you want me to do? Eat the steak by itself? Fuck that. Hell no. Well, you gotta tell your neighbors, Tanya, that if their dogs are over there again, then you're gonna call the dog warden. That's what I would tell them. I remember when this dog came in the yard. My neighbor's dog came in the yard and almost bit my mom and dad. I told him if that dog comes over here again in this yard or even tries to bite my mom and dad, I'm gonna kill him. So it's either you take your dog now or I'll take his life. And that dog never came here again. That was the first and last time I saw that dog. Yeah, you can like that's the feel the feel the I have a lobster in my freezer and because the lobster season's over, but I still like bought a lobster. I got two lobsters in my freezer and because you can't buy them anymore right now because it's off season and a lobster can stay in the freezer forever. Yeah, so I know meat can too. Fish. Like I got fish in my freezer. I can have it in there for months. It doesn't matter. It won't go bad. I just make sure it's wrapped up nice and it's good to go. I was supposed to eat the lobster over the weekend, but I didn't. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being allergic to fish or lobster. I wouldn't even want to be living in this world. Thank God I'm not. Hell no. I hope I never am. Ooh. Well, Tanya, you got to make sure you do something about it. You can't just let people take advantage of you, sweetheart. You got to say something. You got to, call them or tell them, hey, look, if your dogs are over here again, then you're going to have to pay the consequences. Because if they eat my chickens or fuck my chickens up, I'm going to sue you. So make sure your dogs don't come over here again. Or I'm calling the dog warden or I'm going to call the police. You gotta like, tell them. Yeah, Dan, that must be a Daniel thing because my dad is he can't eat like too much fish either or anything like that. He used to love eating lobster, and I don't eat lobster in front of him because I think it's disrespectful. So when I don't even mention it because I know he used to love lobster so much. We used to get lobster and he used to like love the shit out of it. Crabs and all that, mussels. He used to eat all of that shit, but he can't eat it no more because of his gout. Yeah, we eat a lot of mussels and stuff. Tonight I had shrimp and it was so good. Oh my god, I love shrimp. I can eat shrimp all the time. It was the best. My nephew, my oldest well, the oldest one here, the pain in the ass. He loves all the things I love. He loves seafood. He loves everything. He likes lobster. He likes mussels. He likes fish. And they just, Joey, I had salmon like 2 weeks ago. I had baked salmon in like this really creamy sauce. I bought it from this restaurant, well, like from this buffet place at this store. It's not a restaurant, but it's like a grocery store, and they have like a food buffet thing, and that's the only place that I eat salmon from, because they bring in salmon and they like cook it, they bake the salmon, and it's like flaky, and it's like it's so good. And that's the only salmon that I eat is from them. And I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get me a slab of this. And I eat peas and rice with it. In Bermuda, like one of the most famous sides is mac and cheese and peas and rice. So when I eat fish, I usually get like peas and rice. And I pour the cream sauce all over the rice and on the salmon, and it flakes right off. It's so good. Oh my god. That's the only place I eat salmon from. It's delicious. Whoever makes that is like the perfect person to make salmon. I wish I could make it like that. I'd have to like try, but see, nobody in my family likes salmon, but I do. I love salmon. It's good. Yeah. Okay, Maria. Yeah, he has to make sure nobody steals you. See? Yeah. Alcohol makes you sexy too. That's good, Maria. You'll be fine. Don't try not to worry, because you're gonna make him like not want to be around you if you worry too much. He'll be like, this woman stresses me the fuck out. Joey, you said you add vegetables and use the Asian dressing with lemon. Oh, that sounds good. I love vegetables. I can eat vegetables every day. I love stir fries and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I just love all that stuff. I agree, Dan. Alcohol will make you do anything back in the day, but thank God I don't drink no more. I don't want to wake up next to somebody. And nowadays, alcohol would definitely get you in trouble. You be waking up to somebody that looks just like you. I'll be like, oh, no, you didn't. Yep, no more alcohol for me. Hell no. When I did drink, I never got like so drunk I didn't know where I was. I used to get like, pretty tipsy, and I go home and I go sleep and didn't wake up next to no hoe or nothing like that. But thank God. At least that's what I remember. But I never got like really drunk like that. The only time I got super drunk was when I fell in the trees taking a piss, and everybody was laughing at me. Not everybody, but like the people who saw me were like, "I can't believe you just did that." I'm like, "Hey, well, I was drunk. What the fuck?" I had to take a piss. I went into the trees. I ended up falling in the damn trees and pissed all over my jeans. And then I went straight home after that. My friend had to drive me home. That was probably my most memorable drunk moment. That's when I was actually drunk. But I was like probably like 23, 20, 22, 23 years old. Yeah, that's not good, Tanya, to do that either. Drinking and grieving. No. Because then you end up drinking your life away and doing something. Drinking is not good, period. I don't care what anybody says. Drinking is not good. When I was a DJ and I was in the club and drunk people used to come up to me and, yeah, play my song. And they used to spill like alcohol on my equipment. I used to almost want to kill them. I remember one time this guy spilled like alcohol all over my CDs and my case. And I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. And as he's like coming towards me to like shake my hand, he's spilling more drink. I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And his girlfriend pulled his shirt away. He's like, you're gonna get your ass beaten. You're spilling alcohol all over the DJ stuff. And I was like, yeah, you better take your boyfriend and go far away from me because I'm gonna beat his ass. So I never liked drunk people or alcohol in my life. I did it when I was young, and I've been 8 years without alcohol and cigarettes, and it's been a great feeling. And my body is thanking me for it. Another reason why I don't really drink is my dad and my mom don't drink. Nobody in my family really drank except for me and my brother. And my dad, he used to get upset at me when we used to go to the club to watch like my dad was the secretary treasurer for 30 years for a Portuguese soccer club. And we used to go there and watch international football on like the satellite, and we used to be all his friends, all my friends were there. And I used to have like about maybe 3 beers, and I used to drive. And my dad used to say, "You're not driving on the way home. I'm driving because you had 3 beers." And I'm like, "Dad, I'm not even drunk, nowhere near it. I just had 3 beers. It's nothing really." "Oh, I don't care. You're not driving my car. Something can happen." I'm like, "All right, Dad, whatever you say." I'm like, "Hell no." I'm like, my dad always thought that I was drunk or something. I'm like, "Dad, I'm not even nowhere near drunk. I only had 3 beers. That's it." And he used to get all mad at me when he used to see me drink. Because his dad died from alcohol too. My grandfather died from alcohol and cigarettes. Both my grandfathers died from like drinking and smoking and shit. Sorry to hear that, Joey. Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons why I don't drink. Because I've had a lot of people that I knew passed away from alcohol. One of my good friends, I told this story on here before. This is like maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now. It's probably been at least 10 years. Maybe not that long, maybe 7, 8 years, I guess. I don't know. But a friend of mine, he used to get drunk all the time, and he had like a bike accident. And then after that, he kind of like eased up on drinking. And then he started drinking again, and we kept telling him, stop drinking and riding your bike. So he was coming home from a bachelor party, and me and my best friend were supposed to go. All three of us used to hang out together, and we were all supposed to go that night. But it was a Friday night. We had to work on Saturday, and he didn't. So he went with another guy on the bikes, and we told him don't go. So him being ignorant, he went, and on his way home, about maybe 5 minutes away from me, there's like this inlet where there's like a bridge, and he hit the bridge fence, and he went in the water with his bike. Him and the bike went in the water, and he drowned and died. And when we found out the next day, we were like devastated. We were like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Like we just saw him before the party, and he passed away that night. And we didn't even know until the next morning. And my friend calls me and says, "You wouldn't believe what happened." And I'm like, "No fucking way!" Like we just saw him 24 hours ago. So that's another reason why we stopped drinking after that. Actually, yeah, it's been 8 years because that's when I stopped drinking. It's when he died. Like I was like, I'm never touching alcohol again. Yeah, it was 8 years ago that he died that summer, and then that's when I gave it up. Yep. I'll tell you guys a story too. The guy that I just said that passed away, him, and this other guy, which and the guy I'm going to talk about now, he's one of my best friends. And he used to come here and have like he used to bring like a 6 pack of Corona, and he'd give me one. He'll have one, and he used to sit right here at this desk right here. This used to be a table here with two chairs, right? And the TV was over here instead of right there. I switched it up. He had it, and he would be like this. And when he used to pop the beer top off, right? It should just come off and just land on the bottom. Every time he popped it, the first one, it would hit the ceiling and come down like that. And he'll be like, "This is the only place that I open up a beer where the top flies off and hits the ceiling and comes back down." And he's like, "I don't understand that." But yet the next one I open up won't do it. And he says, it only happens here, right? And that's when I told him that because his dad passed away from cancer. And I told him, I said, "Look, man, there's something I haven't told you, right?" Uh, I told him, I said, "Look, there's something I haven't told you. I do mediumship, and your dad in spirit is telling me to tell you that happens because he doesn't want you to drink." And this is before, like, my friend passed away. Our friend passed away. And he says, "What the fuck you talking about? I've known you for like years. You never told me like you do psychic stuff." And I'm like, "Look, I don't really tell nobody that shit because nobody believes me, right? Like, especially you guys would be making fun of me or something." But I said, "Look, man, I'm being honest with you. I do psychic shit. And I could see your dad is telling me that he doesn't want you to drink." He goes, "Fuck, man. He always told me not to drink." And I was like, "Well, he's telling you again not to drink." And like he was so like, devastated at the time. And he was like, "Fuck, man." And he's just like, and he says, "You're serious?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm dead serious." I said, "Your dad's talking to me right now in spirit. He doesn't want you to drink." He says he doesn't mind you having a beer or two, but he says that, don't get out of control and don't be drinking and driving and all that shit. He doesn't want you to do that. And he goes, "No wonder my beer only pops off down here because he's here. Because you're bringing him in." I say, "Yeah, he wants me to tell you, like, stop doing it." Then I told him a few other things, and after that, he was like, "What the fuck?" So yeah, yeah, I speak to him every now and then, Joey. He shows up, and I speak to him, and we laugh, and we have a good conversation. Yeah, I freaked him out a bit, and I've told a few of my friends that I do it, and they believe me because I tell them things that only they know. But I only do it just to reassure them that spirit's with them. But it's hard to tell people that close to you that shit because, like, I never talk about psychic stuff with my long term friends because they don't know me like that. Like, they know what I do, but they don't know that part of my life. I try to keep being a medium like a secret to my real friends because they'll be like, "Man, since when you been a damn medium, man? You never told me that shit." But I just don't like to bring those type of things up because it can freak you out, but also it's like a lot of people can't handle death, and a lot of people can't handle like spirits, diamonds in the background going crazy, as you can see. But a lot of people don't believe in like mediumship and spirits, and especially me because I joke around too much with my friends, and they'll never believe that like I'm into that stuff, and I do it. If only they knew. But I don't, I don't make it a big deal when I talk to them. But my friend that I'm talking about where the beer cap popped off, when his son was born, he was having trouble. He said, my sister was telling me that I need to cleanse my house with sage and get some crystals and all this shit, man. But I don't really believe in that shit. What do you think? And I'm like, well, I said, well, look, you get the crystals and you bring them to me, and I'll charge them up for you. I'll set them up for you, and then I'll give you some stuff you could put around your house. And after that, his son was fine after that. And he called me, he goes, yeah, man, thanks a lot, man. I can't believe I'm talking to you about this shit. And I was like, look, man, I don't really want nobody to know, so don't tell nobody, like, don't tell our mutual friends that I do it, unless like it's an emergency or something. But like, try not to tell nobody, because I don't want people to know my shit. Like, I don't want nobody to know my business. But he was cool. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't like to tell too many people here in Bermuda that I do psychic stuff, because then people be knocking on my door and all that, and I don't want nobody coming to my house. Doing it this way, like this, is perfect. Because that way, nobody's in my energy, nobody's at my house. I don't have to deal with like Diamond going crazy, and people like seeing people enter my come and go in my house thinking that I'll be selling drugs or something. A lot of people don't really my true friends know that I do it, you know? Like my immediate friends, they know. But my mom and dad don't even know that I do it. They know that I tell them that I have a psychic friend, which is real. I do have a psychic friend that I go to and and talk to, and have that was my mentor type of person for years and still is. But I tell when my parents want to know something, I tell them what I see, but I tell them that I'm getting the information from my friend, because there's no way in hell my parents are going to believe that I do this stuff, because they would never believe it, because they don't, and it doesn't really run in my family like that either, unless I don't know about it. Like my parents would probably never tell me that. But they never we've talked about psychic stuff, but they've never said that somebody. Well, my parents are very they're non-believers. They believe in God, and they believe in their religion and all that stuff, but they still don't. The thing is, I tell my parents, you believe in God, you believe in Jesus, you're Catholics, but you have no faith in your God. Because if you did, you wouldn't be acting the way you do, or doing the things you do. Because if you claim you go to church every week and you pray every day, then why the fuck is everything happening bad for you? You know why? Because you really don't believe. Because if you do, then there's nothing, this shit will happen to you. Because you rather worry over belief. And I tell everyone that if you sit here and tell me you believe in God, and you know he's got your back, and then you sit there and worry all night, God's gonna be like, you don't believe in me, because if you believed in me, you wouldn't worry. See, that's the whole point of belief. Belief doesn't make you worry. If you worry, that means you're not believing. So that's the key. That's the key to belief, is to never worry. If you worry, that means you're not believing in your God. You're not believing in spirit. You're not believing in yourself. But people have a hard time believing in anything these days, because there's so much lies and so much bullshit. But the only people in my family that know that I do this is my youngest sister and her kids. Know that my two youngest nephews know that I do this, and the only reason I tell them is because I want to make sure that they know that I can help them in that type of way. So they're cool with it. But if I ever sat at a table and told my parents, "Oh yeah, I have a channel on YouTube," and my mom actually saw me on here one time by mistake 2 weeks ago, and I had logged in at their house under my channel, and then when I went live, she saw me because she pressed the wrong button and it went to the YouTube instead of the actual cable. So I had to go down there and disconnect the YouTube off that box, because I logged in there to see something, to see shit one day, and then I never logged out. And then she ended up seeing me on here, but she never saw me shuffle cards. It was just me talking like I am now, thank God. Cause if she would have saw me pulling cards and talking about shit, then she would have finally knew what I was doing. But thank God she didn't. But that happened like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh fuck. I don't want her to know anything because she's never gonna believe me anyway. But yeah, even if they believe me or not, like I just don't want them. There's some things that people are not supposed to know in your life, and it's some things are best unsaid. And this is a part of my life I don't really want my family to know, because then they're gonna ask me shit and they're gonna aggravate me and then they're gonna test me to see if I'm real, and then it's gonna cause like more jealousy. Yeah, exactly. One day, what they don't know won't hurt them. So that's how I've always been. I've always been the type of person not to really tell them anything, because my mom and dad are my biggest critics and my biggest. Sometimes I call them my downfall. Sometimes because when I went on my own, they didn't believe in me. When I was DJing, they said it was the worst thing I was doing. So if I tell them that I'm a medium and a psychic I've been on here for 6 years, doing readings for people and had all these crazy experiences, and I talk to dead people, they'll be like, yeah, whatever, you're on drugs. That's what they probably tell me. They're probably telling me, what drugs are you smoking? That's what they would say. They'd be like, yeah, you're definitely on drugs if you think you can talk to dead people. I'm like, all right, whatever. Some things you just don't say to people, even if it's your family or your friends or your parents. You just don't say shit. You don't have to tell everybody about everything in your life, because that's when everything goes downhill. When you tell too many people too many things, then your life is gonna be shit. That's why I don't really like say too much about my life to my parents and to people that I know that I'm not supposed to say things to. I can come on here and say whatever I want to anybody. But see, you guys don't know me in person in like real life. You know me from being on here, right? We've never met face to face. And we all come in here and talk about our lives, and we talk about mutual things, mutual subjects, things like that, family shit, whatever. We're talking like we're talking now. So it's fine. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. It's a boundary, and yes, they will be in my business. But see, that's the thing. A lot of people, like my ex brother in law that used to live here, he said to me one time when we argued, he says, "Oh, there's some days you don't even leave home. You're at work. I mean, you're not even at work. You're home all day. I don't know how you make it." And see, he doesn't know that I was making money, especially during COVID. He was like, "How the fuck is this guy, home?" And because he thought my sister was giving me money because I was home a lot. And my sister said, "Do you want me to tell him?" Like I said, "No, don't tell him anything. He doesn't have to know anything about my life. Fuck him. He don't pay my bills." You know? I said, "Don't say nothing to him. Please don't." And my sister never told him. Cause it's none of your fucking business. I don't owe you money. You don't see nobody coming here shutting my shit down. I'm paying my bills. Don't worry about how I make money. I make money, I'm good. You know? And I don't live amongst my means. But he was like, kind of like, how the fuck is this guy making money? The fuck is this email shit here? cool. All right, that's fine. Okay, I just got an email I had to deal with. That's fine. Yeah, none your business. And it's always good to have, like, less people to know about your life. It really is better that way. The less people know about you, the better. You don't want to tell every single person you know about your life because that's not good. And the thing is, so many people lie about their lives that you'll never really know the truth about somebody anyway. But, there's some people that, you tell and you regret telling them because you have too much confidence that they know everything, or they if they know things, things like that, it's gonna not gonna be good. So there's that saying, some things are best unsaid. Hey Fiona, how you doing? But that's how people are. But even your own parents, it's not good to tell them every damn thing either. 'Cause they're gonna doubt you anyway, and they're gonna say you're crazy and all that bullshit. But that's life. There's some like things that everybody regrets telling somebody, but at the time you think it's the right thing, and then afterwards you're like, I wish I would have never said anything to them. But it's life. We all make mistakes, but sometimes even if people know things about you, you can't always like you can tell somebody you've known for 20 years a secret about your life, and then next thing you know, you're not with that person anymore. You regret telling them. That's why some things are just best unsaid. You don't say shit. As much as like you want it, you see it coming out of your mouth and you want to say something or you want to tell somebody something, sometimes it's just best to just shut up. But some people have a bad habit of like saying too much, or even lying about your life too much is not good. Always lying about your life and lying about this and lying about that, that's not good either, because you're gonna get bad credibility and bad, reputation by lying all the time. Yeah, I know, Tanya, but don't feel bad like that you made mistakes, because none of us are perfect. We're never gonna be perfect. Oh yeah, that's a guarantee. That's a guarantee, Joey. That's a guarantee. That's why sometimes it's not even worth saying anything, Tanya. There you go, Fiona. Yeah. See? That's like me too. Yep. Because people don't want change. That's why, Tanya. Because our parents are those type of people with, oh my God, if I move, if my daughter moves to another place, she's gonna ruin her fucking life. You need to stay where you are and suck it up. Do as I tell you. I know better. Parents are like that. They're never gonna change. When I moved to this apartment, my mom and dad were mad because they wanted me to like live with them. And I was like, oh hell no. I ain't living with you guys. I'm gonna go live in this apartment even though I don't want to be here either because I can't stand my ex brother-in-law. I couldn't stand him. But look, I ended up getting the upper hand and end up now I can live here as long as I want because I ain't gotta worry about him no more. and I get to protect my sister and my nephews and live here and be with Diamond and be here and enjoy the house that I help create and make better. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Tanya. I agree. You got to keep hold on personal shit. And yes, Fiona, it's usually you know, the sisters that are bad. My older sister is a nasty, selfish bitch, and I don't like her. And I saw her on Easter, and I wanted to like throw something at her. She doesn't even speak to me. She looks at me and like would turn her head. She like, yeah, fuck you. But yet her son speaks to me. Her sons were speaking to me, no problem, because they know how she is. She's a dumb bitch. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. I know. Yeah, Joey. Sometimes it's best not to deal with the sisters. You know. Yeah. I can't trust my older sister either. My youngest sister and I are best friends, but my older sister, she is like she is one of the worst people that I know. Her and her husband are two pieces of shit. They are like weirdo people, and they think that they're just very different from me and my family. They're just like they think that their shit don't stink. They're very selfish. They know everything. They're very envious and jealous of other people's lives, and they have a good life. They make good money. They have a nice house. You know, they're getting rent in their apartment. You know, they have a lot of things. And my mom always used to say, my dad never said shit because my dad knows. But my mom used to say, "Oh, you always say that your older sister and her husband are jealous of you, but they have more than you." I said, "But mom, you don't understand. Jealousy is not based on how much somebody has more than you. Jealousy is based on how a person feels about you, not how much you have." And she's like, "Oh well, I don't want to talk bad about my children. You know, you guys, you know, you have your differences. That's it. I'm not gonna sit here and talk bad about my daughter." And I'm like, "Well, she's the one who attacked me. She's the one who disrespected me, and and came at me, and I just put her in her place. So what do you want me to do? Just act like you and don't say nothing? Fuck that. I put her in her place. I sent her to a fucking psychiatrist. That's how much I fucked her off and told her about herself. My words destroyed her mind so much that she had to go get herself checked. That's when you know the truth hurt you. Because if what I said to you isn't true, then why you had to go to a psychiatrist to get analyzed? That shows how much of a weak bitch you are. And ever since then, she feels like I like destroyed everything. And oh my God, I'm the victim. Bitch, you should have never attacked me. You should leave me alone because I'm going to tell you about yourself and it's not going to be nice. And she turned her children against me. My nephews weren't speaking to me for a couple years. And then once they got older, they put her in her place and said, you know what? We don't care what you say. We're talking to our Uncle Mark. We love him. We care about him. He doesn't do nothing wrong to us. You got the problem. And the oldest one told her that 3 years ago. He put her in her place and said, the problem is you. Not Uncle Mark. You're the problem. And bang. Now I have my nephews back. And that's why I saw her on Easter Sunday and I don't speak to her and she don't speak to me. We're in the same place, but we don't speak to each other. My oldest brother's the same way. He doesn't really speak to me like that. He doesn't care. He doesn't do anything for anybody. He's a low life piece of shit. But his children love me and adore me and talk to me every time. And that's all that matters to me. As long as my nephews are speaking to me, I don't care about my siblings like that. They can fuck off and go to hell like her, you know? Yeah, sometimes, yeah, exactly. It don't even make sense wasting your breath. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. But the thing is, your mom doesn't understand that. But when it happens to her, she'll say, "Oh, now I know." But then it might be too late, you know? Like, yeah, a parent, a lot of older parents, like our parents, are old, right? They're in their 80s, 70s, 80s, right? And more. So that generation is never gonna change. They're always gonna be worrisome freaks, very critical, very annoying, very stubborn, and they're always gonna be stuck in their ways because their minds aren't expanded like ours. See, they're not like that. Every generation is different, and that generation is the most pain in the ass, stubborn generation of all time. If you're over like 75, 85, 90, you're a stubborn fucking mule. That's what you are. And I don't know anybody in that age bracket that isn't stubborn and thinks they know everything. And those are the type of people you just like say, you know what? You're never going to change. I'm not going to try and change you. You can stay in your little matrix over there. Let me just catch up with what you're saying, Joey. Jealousy is wanting to be like that person and wanting what they have and see what your life. You don't waste time talking. Yeah, exactly. Jealousy is wanting to be like that person, but even if they don't want to be like me, they're jealous seeing me do the things that they thought I couldn't do. And see, my older sister, she's a teacher. She's got a master's and bachelor's degree. So she thinks that because she's the only one in my family that has degrees and went to college for 6 years and she's a school teacher, she thinks she's better than all of us. And she makes more money than all of us. But I don't hate on her. I don't go around saying, oh, my sister is a bullshit teacher and she makes, all this money. I don't care about what she has. I don't care about what she makes, what she does for a living. I'm not jealous of her. I never will because she has nothing to be jealous of. I don't give a fuck if you're a teacher. That's your choice of profession. I'm an electrician, you know? I'm a business owner. I'm a psychic. I was a DJ. I was good at everything I do. I'm good at everything I do. I can sit here and big myself up and glaze myself all fucking night. She can't. The only thing she's good at is running her fucking mouth, lying, and being a teacher. So that's why she's jealous of me because she has people come to her and say, "Oh, you're Mark's sister? Oh shit, yeah, Mark did my house. Oh, he did a great job." But see, because I didn't go to college like her, I'm a piece of shit in her eyes. See, I dropped out of school when I was 17. I didn't go to college, and I learned everything I knew hands on. So because I'm a high school dropout and not a college graduate like her and have a degree, then I'm automatically a piece of shit to her. You see what I mean? So she gets jealous when people praise me when she thinks that because she went college for 6 years, I sacrificed my life. And oh my God, I was studying and all you do is you have your own business. This can't be real. you know? So it's like she's devastated because everybody knows me and everybody loves and respects me and I don't have a college degree. I don't even have a high school diploma. For what? It's not for everybody. See, she can't accept that. She can't accept the fact that I made it without doing what she did. So it makes her jealous of my success when she should be happy that I actually made something of myself when I left school. She doesn't look at it like that. And I'm like, well, fuck you then. Hey Joanna, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? Yeah, exactly, Tanya. Your mom thinks she knows that. Same thing with my mom and dad. They think they know everything. I just let them talk sometimes. I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. Well, Joey, she's definitely a dumb, educated person. That's a perfect word for her. Me and my youngest sister say it all the time. She may be a school teacher, but she has no fucking common sense. And she's dumb as doornail. She does a lot of dumb shit. She's dumb as shit. And that's why her sons saw right through her as they got older. And when I spoke to each of them individually in the past 5 years, they both told me that my mom is the problem, not you. And then everything that happened, we're over it. And they spoke to me many times. And on Easter, they were with me the whole time. They were speaking to me through the video chat, through the phone, the one that's in college, and my other nephew spoke to me the whole time. And that makes me feel inside that. And I said to my youngest sister, and my mom and my dad, I said, my sister may have taken a couple years away from me and them because of her own stupidity. She turned her sons against me. But I said to everybody, I predicted it. I said, when those kids reach 16, 17, 18, 20, like they are now, they're 20 and 23, 20 and 22. I said to my sister, you mark my words, when they get older, they're going to come back to me and they're going to tell me that their mom is the fucking problem. And they know that I'm not the problem. And they're going to start to talk to me more once they find out who their mother really is. Bang. And I was right all along. But I was patient. I never tried to, like, you know, be an idiot, like, be like aggressive towards them or like disown them because the mother and father were telling them bullshit about me. And the sad part is they're the one, she's the one who made the problem and then blames me because I fucked her off. And I told her, I'm not one of your school kids, I'm your brother. And you ain't much older than me. You're only 4 years older than me. So I'll tell you like it is. It's not a problem. You ain't my daddy or my mom. You're just my older, stupid ass sister. Joey, you said I have degrees and apply when I need to look for work. So to Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Neighbor's dog's in the yard again. Oh shit. Good. Get him. I know, right, Tanya? The nerve of them. Well, I would call. You have their number? Call them and say, "Come get your goddamn dogs. They're in my yard." That's what I would do. Ain't nobody's dog coming around here. I'll beat their ass. But yeah, we all have family drama, unfortunately, and family drama is annoying. I wish I didn't have family drama, but unfortunately, everybody does. I'm no different, and we none of us are different. We all have family members we don't like, we will never speak to again, and that's okay. I just want to let everybody know, you know, they're always going to be your family, but you don't have to deal with them. And my mom and dad, they know how I am, and they know that I cut people off for good. And I told my parents, I said, Easter Sunday and Christmas is the only time I see them. Sometimes we see them on Mother's and Father's Day. And I said, sometimes we see them in our interactions or a birthday party or something like that. I probably see them a handful of times. And that's the only time I need to see them. And I said, if I never see him again, it won't faze me one bit. I could care less. Yeah, she's back. She's over here. She's up now, licking her chops and she's adjusting. She's adjusting herself. Diamond, you all right, baby? Yeah, you can cuddle with her. You can take her. You can take her for the week. Give me a break. She'll miss me though. Hey, Maria, welcome back. So yeah, family stuff is always going to be a hot topic for many people, and a lot of people in my family I don't really care for. Even my cousins, I don't really care for none of them. A lot of them are a bunch of idiots. But your family will hurt you the most. That's for sure. Those are the people who hurt me the most. Is my family, and it's sad because I people ask me, and I'm almost embarrassed to answer the question. It's like they say, "Oh, you have your own business. You work for your family." I'm like, I do work for my mom and dad, but it's free. I said they don't pay me. I don't allow my parents to pay me. I said I work a lot for my youngest sister at this house. I said I renovated her house, and I said my oldest sister has a house, but I've never worked there. I've never ever had to work there, and they never asked me to work there. They have other people doing it, and they will never hire me. And when she renovated her kitchen, she got my old boss to do the electrical because he was a part of the contractor. So instead of hiring me, she hired my old boss for the electrical. And then she would one day she saw me and she was like, "Oh," like all snarky and then dumb and giddy. She's like, "Oh, your old boss is doing the electrical at my house." I said, "Well, he's doing it because I'm not good enough." And she didn't say one word. Her face went all red and she changed the subject. And my mom heard me say it to her. And my mom was like, "You couldn't have said it any better." I said, "She should be ashamed of herself telling you that your old boss is working at her house when her brother's an electrician." I said, "I tell you, mom, she'll never hire me because she don't want to pay me. See, she rather pay somebody else and not have me do the electrical at her house because that's like that will. And if I did her electrical and I did it good, and which I knew I would, she would never want to pay me because she can't justify giving me anything." But she went to a party one time with her husband because one of her husband's friends and one of her work colleagues happened to be at a party at my main client's house. Right, they had a surprise party at my one of my client's house because he is the my client is his godfather. And when my sister was there, they were talking and they were like, "Oh, this is Mark's sister and brother-in-law, like, oh, our Mark, our electrician, our Mark, like, no way." It's like, "Yeah, yeah, this is Mark, he's," and my sister was like, "Oh yeah, that's my brother, yeah." And they're like, "Oh, Mark is the best. He's our electrician. He works on all our houses." And like these people, like my client, he's like a multi-millionaire, right? And my sister and brother-in-law heard him say that, and they praised me and put me on like this pedestal because they love me. Like I'm like, I've been working for them for 15 years. So when my sister never told me that, but she told my youngest sister, my youngest sister told me. And then they told me, "Oh yeah, we met your sister, but she didn't have nothing good to say about you." I said, "Yeah, because she don't like me." And you probably broke her heart when you told her that I worked at all your houses. It was the funniest shit ever. And she never told my mom, she never told my dad that she went to this party and these people praised Mark and said how good he is and blah blah blah. She only told my youngest sister. And when my sister told me, we laughed so much. And I said, "Yeah, that's what you get because you always downgrade Mark and act like he's a piece of shit. Meanwhile, he's working for multi-millionaires that got more money than you and you and you and you and you and all you motherfuckers." So she was devastated to hear these multi-millionaires say that Mark works on all our houses. He they were devastated. I wish I was a fly on the wall and saw their expressions on their face when that woman and that man, my clients told him that. Yeah, it can be. It is sweet. Okay, Maria, you're welcome, sweetheart. Thanks for coming by. I wish you luck with the place. I know you'll find a place. You'll be fine. You too. Have a good night, sweetie. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Well, Tanya, everybody has problems, you know. We all have family members we don't like or we have problems with, you know. Well, that's the thing, Joey. I don't need my sister and my brother-in-law to give me work. I have enough. I'm good, you know. I'm very blessed and I worked hard for what I have. I'm not a lazy fuck. I've been working hard my whole life. And I work every day on here. I work, you know, my normal business. I can make more money if I want to, but I'm content with what I have. I'm content with how I'm living right now. It's nice. You know, I bust my ass my whole life. I'm good. You know, I don't have to work hard every day anymore. And that's another thing that bothers people is like they don't understand how I'm surviving because they don't see me. But see, they don't know this part of my life. And they don't know that I don't sit here and like, you know, I don't live amongst my means, you know. And you don't have to know about my life or how much money I have or how much I live here for or whatever. You don't that's none of your fucking business, like, you know. But I don't care about how people live their lives. I'm not on here saying, okay, let's go down the list. Okay, Joey, Miss Bikini, and Miria, Joanne, I want you to tell me all about your life. You know, how much you pay every day, how much money you guys got in the bank. You know, I want to know why you're in here and you're not working. You know, I could care less what the fuck people are doing. That's your life, you know? And I don't want you to worry about mine either. Don't worry about how I live my life. See, but that's the problem here in Bermuda. Everybody knows everybody. And they're like, oh, I never see Mark nowhere. Why, you know, how can he have all these things? It's called save your money, jackass, and stop living amongst your means. You know, if you save your money, you won't have to worry about going out there working every day. And what? And when I was working every day, and you saw me building houses and being at and making money, you said I was working hard, and you how much you admire my success and how far I've come. But because I'm not working as hard now, you're wondering how this is all happening, right? Man, go fuck yourself. Don't worry about me. I'm not worried about you. You know. You think I have to work hard every goddamn day? I'm only paying my bills. I'm not paying nobody else's. You know, I pay for Diamond to eat, but that's okay. If you don't see me online, that means I'm working. I'm working hard and I'm tired. But that happened. Even that happened on here. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here every day now because we need you here." But there was a lot of times where I wasn't on here because I was too tired. I didn't want to come on here because I was working every damn day. You know. But now I'm back to where I can like chill out. I don't have to work every day. I work when my clients call me and I go do work. Right now, I'm not really working too much because I'm taking care of my mom and dad, making sure they're okay. I have to be available for them. I don't have to, but I am. You know, and I'm working when I want to, and that's it. I'd rather be on here working. And if I want to, I could start DJing again and making more money. But money don't mean shit to me. Like I don't care as long as I have enough to pay my bills, as long as I have enough to eat, As long as I have enough for a rainy day and I have enough money in my bank to do what I have to do, then I'm happy. I don't need $1 million to be happy. I don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars to be happy. I don't. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. Like, I just want to be happy and I want to work when I have to, work when I need to, and that's it. Leave me the fuck alone. Worry about your own life. You know? My life is different from yours and yours is different from mine. I don't have a wife and kids to be putting through school and paying for. The only bills I'm paying for is my own. So why do I need to work every damn day like you do? Because you have a different life than me, you know? So what? That makes me a bad person because I have less to pay for than you do? You chose the life you live, not me, you know? Fuck. Exactly. Yeah, I choose to work to look after my mom and dad. And I do that because I know that I can. And that's why I'm in the situation I'm in now. Because God, I look at it now like God put me in this position. God said, look, in 2025, Mark's going to be working online. You know, he's going to have his van. He's going to have his business still, but he's going to be taking care of his mom and dad because they're going to need him the most. And that's it. My life is this now. I can say fuck everybody and go work and say, you guys deal with your own problems. But see, I know God put me in this position for a reason because my parents would rather have me dealing with them than somebody else. It's simple. And I want to help them because I choose to. And I know that God wants me to. That's it. I'm good. Like, I don't need a lot of things to make me happy. As long as I'm healthy, I'm the happiest person in the world. If I'm not in the hospital, I'm not coughing and choking and got cancer or, I can't see or hear or fucking walk, that's when I've got problems. That's when you know you have a fucking problem. But if you can get up every day, talk shit, laugh, have fun, and live life and not have to work every day, that's the best life in the world for me. That's how I live my life now. I don't need to do what everybody else wants me to do. So what if I'm here every day and I'm not working on my business? I'm working on here. You don't like it, that's your problem. By the way, I just bought this new hat and that jacket right there you see. Did you help me? Did you pay for it? No, I paid for it my own damn money. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? And I had a shrimp dinner tonight. Did you pay for it? No, I did. Leave me alone. Let me live my life, damn it. See? That's what you have. That's how you have to live your life. Fuck everybody and what they think. Who cares what they think? If we care about what somebody thinks about us, we're never gonna sleep. And speaking of sleep, I'm gonna sleep right now. I've been on here for 2 hours. I've talked enough shit for today. It was good talking. Brownie Twin, I want to thank you for coming by again. I like when you come in here because we can all, talk shit like good, like old times. Tanya, it's always a pleasure to see you. And I love my Brownie Twin being in here because we always when we are in the same room, we always talk, yeah, like the old days. It's always like a lot of shit talking and having fun and talking about reality and life. Good night, Joanna. Good seeing you too. I'm glad you came by. Tanya, you're welcome, sweetheart. And make sure everybody has a great day tomorrow. Just be thankful and try not to worry. That's my message to everybody tonight. Don't worry. Put your faith in yourself and God. Do what's best for yourself. Fuck your haters. Don't worry about them. They ain't nobody. Pay your bills. Live your life. Go work when you want to. Do whatever you want. And shit on everybody else who don't care, who don't, like you, and our family members that are shit, don't worry about them either. See, Diamond, she has the best life. Look, right back to sleep again. All right, you guys. Good night. Love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.